Today is March the 27th, 2023. This is Carmen bringing you your daily Bloodborne Remaster update. There's no news on a Bloodborne Remaster day, and, this week's drama is 11 members of Congress are witch hunting Sony because they believe that Sony has an unfair advantage in the Japanese market and that they almost have a monopoly in it, making it hard for Microsoft to compete. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I've been working for 9 hours today, and I have to do it tomorrow. Give me a minute. So let's get this straight. Sony's not the one with a monopoly in Japan. I don't think anybody does, but if it's anybody, it's Nintendo. Let's be 100% honest here. Nintendo has had a strong arm in Japan ever since they dropped the Switch. The Switch has been absolutely killing the game in Japan. They are the closest to a monopoly, and even then, I would say it's not really that much like a monopoly. I also want to say that, Xbox's issues in Japan are not because of these two competitors being unfair to Xbox. That's not at all what it is. It's a simple case of too little, too late. They're trying too little, way too late to really try and get Japanese gamers' attention. It's simply all it is. Sony and Nintendo have been established brands and are Japanese companies have been that for years and years and years. They've always been Japanese companies. They've been established in Japan for 30, 40 years, right? And this is kind of the same with everything. If it's not a Japanese company, it doesn't do super well in Japan, with the exception of Apple and stuff like that. But for the most part, if it's not a Japanese company, it's not going to do super well in Japan. It's always been this way. And for some reason now, we have to act like Sony has this unfair monopoly for whatever reason. It's absolutely insane. It's made by a bunch of out-of-touch people who don't really know what they're talking about. And I don't know if Microsoft is pushing for this, but I will say this would be the most brain-dead decision they've ever made if they did this, because it would be really, really bold to use your teeny foothold you have in Japan at the moment to say, no, we deserve more, these companies are being unfair, these companies that everybody buys from are unfair, rah, 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 rah. This would be very stupid, I'm telling you. If they have brains in their head, they will not do this, but we'll have to see. I also want to make this clear. I am not a pony, okay? I'm not a Sony pony. I don't hate Xbox. Hi-Fi Rush, I'm not even finished with it yet, and it's already, probably in my top 10 favorite games. This game is so much fun. I love it. I just have to find the time to beat it. But it is so good, so I'm not a pony, and I don't hate Xbox with a burning passion. I just think, what I've always said about Xbox, that their problem is one-step thinking. Xbox is the perfect example of one-step thinking. What do we do to get out of the situation at this moment? Oh, buy this guy. What are you doing the next moment? Oh, Sony's doing this. It's literally always been this way. It's one-step thinking at its finest. They did that with Kinect. One-step thinking. Let's push really hard on Kinect. And then it just fell out from underneath them in the Xbox One generation. It's simply just what's always happened. But yeah, there's no news on a Bloodborne Remaster day. Just wanted to give my thoughts on that. That's been your daily Bloodborne Remaster update for March the 27th, 2023.